Kate Hardcastle's a consumer expert and a business consultant, and she works with some of the big supermarkets. So, Kate, how much of a problem is shoplifting and theft for retailers just right now?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a significant issue. It's risen particularly since we've post-pandemic. Stores are dealing with this as their number one priority in a lot of cases. And it's a real challenge because if you think about a supermarket's business model, it operates actually on a very low margin. I know we hear about the big numbers when
But
it comes
huge
to annual
turnover.
results.
Yes, it's
Exactly,
low margin on
but
many,
it's
many,
on
many
very,
products.
yeah, like 1 to 2%, very small margins. So every time shrinkage, which is what the industry calls shoplifting, disappearance of stock, happens, it's significant. When you see a rise into the billions, it's suggested 8 billion. It has to be a measure that they put as a priority to resolve.
So tell us about some of the new efforts that they're making then, the supermarkets, and are they solving this problem? You know, the things that Mark hates looking at, are they helping?
Look, we're at a very kind of ugly middle phase of all of this right now. A lot of it was done on deterrent, and deterrent was through normally staff members being present on store, because the idea of eyes being on anybody makes people think twice about their actions. That's proven time and time again psychologically. I do believe in the future there are measures that will come, and they'll be absolutely within the infrastructure of the stores. There'll be intelligence within the shelves where the product is, and there'll be much more AI used in stores so that actually the prevention can happen, probably less people involved. But this intermediary point is that we've got, as we've just heard, I think it's an insult to R2D2 to call it R2D2, but kind of very strange, bizarre bits of operational equipment in stores with cameras. We've also got actual bag checks happening in some stores.
Well, we just had an email
really
about that. Yeah. This email from someone who says, I've been targeted several times in 3 months by supermarket staff at the self-service till. I complained to the manager and was told that because thefts have increased, 1 in 10 customers will randomly receive a cheque and that I am just unlucky. Unfortunately, my luck hasn't turned, and recently I was brought almost to tears by yet another quick check. Do you think there is a tipping point? You know, there is a point where this extra security will drive honest people away because it's so unpleasant.
I think there's a real mismatch between the fact that the supermarket brands ask us for trust all of the time in what they do. If you think about an advertisement on the television or anywhere, you'll hear about, give us your loyalty, give us your trust. Look how enjoyable it is in the store here. We're having fun. It's all about fun. And then you go into the reality for a lot of people now, which is a store with huge messages basically saying, we don't trust you. We do not trust you, that we have to take a blanket approach of this. And we see that through these machinery, the operated robots with the cameras on, or indeed that feeling that your listeners just described of how awful it must feel to be checked if you feel you've done nothing wrong. And this mistrust versus trust, I think, is a significant challenge for supermarkets. Okay. I don't think they introduce a lot of these messages probably in the best way, in the most suitable way. And I think a lot has to be done whilst they're there to explain the scenario.